At 9:20 a.m., a small drone flew right into a massive Russian radar system, and boom! In just seconds, it was gone. But that was just the beginning, because 20 minutes later, a completely different Ukrainian drone showed up. Bigger, louder, and deadlier. And what happened next? Let's just say Russia didn't see any of it coming. What happens when you turn a $500 drone and a secret sea robot into guided missiles? Can technology this cheap destroy multi-million-dollar military platforms? Today, we're diving into the jaw-dropping moment Ukraine shocked Russia with a coordinated double drone strike, and it might just change naval warfare forever. So buckle up. This story is real, recent, and wild. On the morning of May 19th, 2025, at exactly 0:30 a.m., an SBU operator deep inside a bunker received the green light. His call sign? Soil. His mission? To destroy a key Russian radar system sitting on a captured gas platform in the Black Sea. Soil wasn't operating a giant military drone with a massive price tag. He had something far simpler, an FPV racing drone built from Chinese parts and modified in a Kiev workshop. What used to be a fast little hobby drone now had a 3-kilogram explosive device strapped underneath it. The target was 35 kilometers away, but the mission was carefully planned. Flying low in a zigzag pattern and under the radar, Soil sent his drone off across the Black Sea. Through his goggles, he saw the waves rushing by, the sky stretching endlessly, and eventually the towering Boyko Tower Alpha. The platform looked like a floating steel fortress, packed with surveillance equipment, supplies, and unsuspecting Russian personnel. On top of this tower sat a valuable asset, the Niva radar system. This wasn't your everyday radar. It could detect aircraft and ships from 45 kilometers away and track 200 targets at once. For months, this system had disrupted Ukrainian missions. Taking it out meant opening up the Black Sea. As the drone approached, Soil stayed locked in. His real-time video feed gave him full control, no GPS lag, no interference, just raw, pinpoint targeting. At 800 meters, the radar's rotating disc came into full view. At 200 meters, Russian soldiers finally spotted the drone. They pointed, shouted, and tried to react, but it was too late. At 9:20 a.m. sharp, Soil's drone smashed into the radar with a direct hit. The explosion ripped through the delicate electronics, shredding antennas and ripping open metal. The radar was toast. One FPV drone, built for less than a Netflix subscription, had just disabled a vital Russian surveillance tool. But Ukraine wasn't finished. Just 30 minutes later, something much more powerful was moving in fast across the Black Sea. The Sea Baby. Don't let the name fool you. This wasn't some cute little robot boat. This was a 6-meter-long unmanned surface vessel packed with 1,000 kilograms of explosives. That's 1 ton of destruction riding just above the water. Built by Ukraine's SBU Special Operations Team, this Sea Baby was purpose-made to destroy hardened targets like offshore military bases. It didn't look like much from afar, a grey, low-profile vessel cutting quietly through the waves. But under that sleek exterior was a deadly payload. Its design included multiple shaped charges arranged in a way that created a sympathetic detonation. That means when one charge went off, it triggered others in perfect sequence, stretching the blast and increasing the destruction. And the explosive mix? A combination of RDX and TNT. Powerful, hot, and engineered for maximum impact. The Sea Baby wasn't crawling toward its target either. Twin 200 horsepower engines propelled it at up to 49 knots, nearly 90 kilometers per hour. GPS, inertial navigation, and satellite links guided the drone in real time, allowing the operators to steer it with incredible precision. As it raced towards the Boyko Tower, Operators could see the platform clearly on their screens. Smoke was still rising from the destroyed radar, but this drone wasn't going after what the first drone had hit. Its target was much bigger, the platform itself. With the Neva radar gone, the Russians had almost no warning systems left. No radar, no surface detection, just their eyes and radios. But it wasn't enough. The Sea Baby was moving fast and low, keeping itself hidden against the choppy sea. At just 10 kilometers out, it activated its terminal guidance system. Cameras locked onto the platform's main support column, the spot where the drilling platform met the living quarters. Ukrainian intel said that this was the weak point. If they hit it just right, the whole structure would collapse into the sea. At 2 kilometers, Russian forces finally saw it. Chaos broke out. People were running, shouting, grabbing rifles, but they had nothing powerful enough to stop it. The Sea Baby was already too close, moving like a missile. And then, impact. At 9:50 a.m., the Sea Baby struck the Boyko Tower with full force. The shaped charges exploded in perfect sync, directing their power deep into the platform's supporting beams. Steel melted, concrete shattered, and fires erupted everywhere. The explosion reached over 3,500 degrees Celsius, hot enough to vaporize metal. The accommodation block where Russian troops were stationed was obliterated. Within seconds, the upper part of the platform began to collapse. One section after another fell, each triggering another explosion of fire. Fuel tanks burst, sending fireballs hundreds of meters into the air. Storage rooms exploded one by one. The blast could be seen from miles away, and the smoke column rose over 1,000 meters into the sky. In under 5 minutes, Boyko Tower was no longer a military base. It was a burning, crumpled skeleton of twisted metal sinking into the sea. So, why was this attack such a big deal? First, it showed that cheap, small, and smart can beat big, expensive, and slow. A drone that cost less than a smartphone destroyed a radar system. Another drone, a sea robot, wiped out an entire Russian military platform. Together, these two drones may have cost less than $50,000, but the damage they caused? Easily in the millions. Second, this is a turning point in modern naval warfare. The Black Sea has become a drone battlefield. Ukraine now uses drones not just in the air, but at sea with a serious impact. And with more advanced drones being tested all the time, attacks like this may only increase. Third, it shows that Russia's defenses are vulnerable. Even with equipment, weapons, and troops on site, they couldn't stop two smart, coordinated drone strikes. And now, their once proud Boyko Tower? Just burning wreckage floating in Ukrainian waters. And finally, it's a major morale boost for Ukraine. After facing massive Russian drone attacks, including a record-breaking 273 drone strike the day before, Ukraine hit back hard and with precision. 2 drones, 2 strikes, 1 platform gone. Ukraine didn't just send a message, they changed the rules of war. With tech this cheap and effective, every radar, every ship, every base could be at risk. So here's the real question: what's next? Could Ukraine use the same tactic against bigger targets? And how will Russia respond now that its floating fortress has been turned into an underwater grave? Let us know what you think. Was this a one-time shock or the start of a whole new chapter in drone warfare? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more real-world military stories, and share this video with someone who still thinks drones are just toys. Because after May 19th, 2025, no one should be laughing. Thanks for watching. Stay smart, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.